All right. So today we have finished our base contract. You guys have been following along. You guys have known I've been working on this for a little bit, but we included all the updates that I needed to make to our initial base contract, which was including the feature to update the recovery address as well as updating the mint function so that funds used to, mint the NFTs, they're sent directly to the owner of the contract. So this is great. Honestly, I'm very I'm very excited. I'm very thrilled with what we've got so far. And this is a good enough base that we can start, working to build onto it, build future features as well as build other contracts that can interact with this one. So without yapping too much at you guys, I'm gonna just get to showing you what I've been working on, and we'll go through a few of these tests. Just because I haven't ran tests for the recovery address, I did already run the test for the updated mint function. But without further ado, let's get to it. So we're going to go through this kind of quick, but essentially I've been using ChatGPT as my assistant for making these updates. Essentially what we did is we had gone through and found a previous version of some of our older contracts we had built with ChatGPT. I picked the one that included the most amount of features that was in my mind for the overall blueprint for what we were going to be creating with a fund distributing contract. So once I grabbed it, prompted ChatGPT to make some updates. And I'm going to go over specifically how I asked ChatGPT to make the updates, because what I had noticed is if I had asked ChatGPT to update a contract in the past and then I asked for it to make a update to the contract again in the future, sometimes it would leave out the old updates that I had initially asked for. So what I did is I grabbed the contract, I said exactly what I wanted included for the update, and then I pasted the contract code that I had in mind. Once I did that, ChatGPT went to work. It gave us the modified mint function as well as the full updated contract. And then I realized the whole problem with the updates not being included on the next update I'd asked it to give me. So to fix it, the cool thing is it's just like talking with a person. You just have to be specific. So I said, I noticed the code that you just sent didn't include the previous modifications. I'd like that to be included in future updates unless it's specified to leave out for older contract versions. So once I let it know, it typed us up the full contract that included the two updates that I had asked for it to include. And that is what we have here. So I've already tested V10. We're on V11 right now, which this should be our completed base contract. So we'll go ahead and deploy this. I'm going to grab the bottom address here to set as our recovery address. And then for the mint price, I want it to be easy to see. So we'll do, thinking we're going to do 8 figures. We've got 1, 2, 3 zeros on this side, 1, 2, 3 zeros on the other side. So I think that's good enough for us to work with. And then we'll set the initial supply for 1. And we will head back to our main account, transact, deploy, boom. So now we've got our contract deployed here, and we can go ahead and test some of these functions. First, I'm going to transfer the contract because I do want to make sure that's still included here. So transfer ownership. And I'm just going to transfer the ownership to the address directly below. Boom. So we'll just check, and that has successfully updated. So now we've got a fresh account. This is our new owner. We're going to go ahead and mint. I will mint with the contract that we have below. Switch this over to way. Oh, that was weird. All right. Go ahead and paste mint. All right. So now we can confirm we've got our first one minted. That will also tell us down here. So this looks good. We minted. We can see clearly that it did transfer the Ethereum directly to the owner of the contract, even though we've already tested the switching function. So this is perfect. There's no ETH in the contract. We are off to a strong start with a clean slate. So now we're going to go ahead and test the distribution feature. So we'll practice distributing. We'll do 1 ETH. We will deposit this into the contract. You guys can see it here, and then distribute. So now if we check, we can see clearly the contract did indeed receive the ETH. So this is good. So now we'll go ahead and test the increased supply mechanism. Multiple supply, here we go. So we'll increase the supply to 3, and now we will mint 2 more NFTs. Now with these contracts, This is a feature that you do need to specify the address that it's being minted to. So I think that's good just as an extra layer of security. Not that it's not already secure, but we'll go ahead and mint. So we've got the first, and we'll go ahead and mint a second. Oh shit. I think it just minted. That's really weird. I pasted the correct address here, but it's not showing that it's updated here. That's really weird. Let's just make sure owner of one should be the same, owner of two, owner of three. Good. Awesome. Awesome awesome. So now we have two new NFTs minted with a total of three as the supply. So we can even see here, this is increased. 81 times three would be about this number right here. So this is good. We'll now test distributing ETH to multiple NFTs, deposit and distribute. And you guys can see here our first NFT received another ETH, and the second wallet that we used to mint two NFTs received two ETH. So everything is working according to our specifications. Now, I did also include the ability to list the NFT and sell the NFT directly on this contract. So real quick, I will go through the process of listing and selling. So we will list two and we will sell for a 10x of the mint price. Oh shit. So we'll add a zero, hit transact, and I'll just sell both of these. So now we have it listed for a 10x return. And I will also list the first NFT that was minted as well. And now we will go ahead and select the 617. So we're going to go ahead and go to purchase. We'll purchase the first. Got an error. I think I just messed up with the price. So we bought the first, just double check. Should see 617. Yup. And then we will buy the other two. So we will purchase now token two. And token three. So let's go ahead and there we go, success. So we can see here now the listing is removed and we are the new owner of all three. So you guys can actually see each of these wallets did increase, meaning that Ethereum's just directly sent to the seller as the new buyer receives the NFTs. So we'll do a final test now, making sure that we are receiving all funds from the contract that owns the NFT. NFTs, plural, I should say. So we'll go ahead and deposit funds and distribute funds. And let's take a look. So 617, you guys can see it did receive 3 ETH. So last function we will test just to make sure is that we can update the recovery address, which we do have right here, which currently the recovery address is, so we have it selected at the double D8. So let's update it so that it is for the address above. Unauthorized account. Hold up. I'm not on the owner account. So smart contracts, because it's its own system, you do have to just make sure if you're doing something that's an owner only function, you have to make sure the owner is selected. But that's a good thing. It shows that security wise, functions are only allowed for the proper wallets. So looks like we did have the recovery address switched. Awesome. So we look good. The last thing I'm looking for is an option that allows us to claim ownership as the recovery address. Let's ask ChatGPT. How do I claim ownership recovery address? Sometimes it does this, and we just have to refresh, I suppose. It's really weird. It's not loading everything. Sorry. I think you got cut off. Can you explain again? Ensure address is set correctly. Active recovery address. Reasonable. Oh, I see. Let's see. Let's give this a test. Final test. So we've got the recovery address selected. Let's see if we can go ahead. I'm pretty sure I can just do this. give it a test. Looks good. I think it worked. We'll go ahead and confirm owner, and it did work. So you guys can see here, the address has changed to 583, which is the address that we have set for our recovery address. And just so you guys can see, we will increase the supply price one more time. We'll do it to 5, and then we'll use 17F to just be our minting dummy. So go ahead, convert away, copy the address. Like I said, it's very specific. So let's go ahead and mint this. Looks good. And let's just confirm. Awesome. And we'll mint one last one just to awesome. So let's go ahead. Cool. All these are set. And you guys can see that the new owner address, which was set as the recovery, it's received the new Ethereum that's used to mint the new NFTs. So just doing our last round, we'll go ahead and send out 5 ETH to our 2 holders. So we'll deposit the 5 ETH, distribute, and you guys can see here, it has gone up by 2 ETH here and 3 ETH here. So we have succeeded. We have got our base contract lined out and it's functioning smooth. So this is exciting because this now means we can start moving on to the next phase. So today we successfully completed the base contract for fund distribution. This is really exciting because this means, as far as a prototype goes, we're ready to test. I want to have an audit done on this, whether I use ChatGPT or ask somebody who's experienced within the coding field. But we got it finished. We made sure that all the features were included, as well as updating the minting function so that the contract owner receives ETH upon the mint of a new NFT, as well as setting the recovery address to something that we can change even after the contract's deployed. So with all features being implemented, I'm excited to be moving to the next stages, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.